What is up, everybody? It's your boy Big Poppy JT, and I'm coming at you guys with another NCAA college basketball preview. This video, I'm going to be doing Duke basketball preview on the 2018-2019 men's basketball team. So let's get into it. So 2017-2018, let's recap last season real quick for them. They went 29-8. They went 13-5 in the ACC, and they lost in the Elite Eight to the University of Kentucky. Now they lost I believe they lost their whole starting five last year, from last year, but it doesn't matter because the rich get even richer because this year they come back and they recruit 3 5-star players that are projected to go inside the top 10 of next year's NBA draft. So the rich just get richer for Kentucky. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, this is a good team, but they can't shoot." Yeah, they can't shoot, but the people on the bench can, and the people that they have on the bench are just as talented as the players that they have starting. Now, the starting players, if these guys get out in the fast break, you might as well not even try. Zion Williams, who is going to stop this dude? This dude is 6'6", 270 something pounds. Dude is a freight train. Who can stop any of these guys? So let's get into the preview of the team. Let's preview the guards. They have 5 total guards on their team. They had Trey Jones, the freshman, Jordan Goldwire, a sophomore, Alex O'Connell, a sophomore, Mike Buckmeyer, a sophomore, and Brennan Besser, a senior. Trey Jones is most likely going to be the starter. He's very, very athletic. He's a great point guard. He sees the floor very, very well. I think he might be probably the best pure passer that Duke has ever had on their team. Now, I know that might be a bold claim, but I think he is. I think he's the best pure point guard or pure passer or best passer Duke has ever had. And he's going to get a chance to show it. I mean, I think when they played against Ferris State and their exhibition game, he threw an alley-oop to Zion Williamson. So don't be surprised if you see him throw a lot more to almost anybody on this team because everybody on this Duke team starting this athletic freak. So let's preview the forwards. They have about 7 forwards on their team. As we know, we already know about the viral sensation Zion Williamson, who is a highlight reel waiting to happen. And boy, if this guy gets on the fast break, you can't do nothing. You really can't do nothing to stop this dude. You just like, oh, he's coming. You can't do nothing. How you gonna stop this guy? You can't really double team him because he can bully ball anybody. It doesn't matter how many people are on him. And he has a pretty good mid-range. His three-point shot is less to be desired, but I believe it will improve. And he reminds me a lot of LeBron James athletically and physically. He's very, very imposing and very, very hard to stop. And it's really no way to stop this dude. I mean, he can bully ball his way into the paint. It doesn't matter. So he is going to be a force. I don't know how anybody in the ACC is going to stop him. Cam Reddish is in that same class. He's a freak too. He's 6'7", 6'8", somewhere around that range. I believe he's probably the best jump shooter out of everybody that would be starting in their starting five. He's another athletic freak. RJ Barrett, he's same thing I just said about the next two. He's a freak. Javen DeLaurier, I believe that's his name, is a junior. They got Joey Baker, another freshman. He's probably the best shooter that they have on their team that they have recruited. The best freshman shooter that they have on their team. I expect him to come off the bench and give them a big spark when it comes to three-point shooting. They had Jack White, who is a junior, and Justin Robinson, who is also a junior. So they don't really have a lot of seniors on their team. Their center, they have Marquise Bolden, the junior, who will be starting. And they have Antonio Varakovic. So let's get into the projected starting five. At point guard, I believe I was watching the Ferris State highlights, but I couldn't figure out the starting five. So I did my best to try to figure it out. I think this is the starting five they had against Ferris State. So they got Trey Smith at point guard. Like I say, he's a great passer and he sees the floor. He's not a great shooter, but I believe he's a better shooter than what Trayvon Duval was. RJ Barrett, another freak. Cam Reddish at power forward. Zion Williamson at small forward, and Marquise Bolden at center. I don't see how anybody is going to stop this starting five. And their bench is just as good as the starting five that they have on the court. They have a lot of shooters on their bench, and they have a whole bunch of athletic freaks on their team. So expect this team to, I think this team is going to go right through the ACC, have no problems. I don't think North Carolina is going to be able to come close to stopping them. I think it's only one team in the ACC that has the talent and the coaching to go toe-to-toe with this team, and that's Syracuse. Syracuse has a pretty good team. They had a pretty good recruiting class. So my 2019 record predictions for the regular season for this team, I have them going 29-2. I think they will only lose 2 games, and I think the 2 games that they lose will probably be the less desirable teams that aren't as good. They just have a bad night, and I think that's the only way they lose. And I see this team going right through the right to the Final Four, right through the ACC championship, because who's going to stop this team? This team looks unbeatable. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Will Duke go undefeated? How good will this Duke team be? And make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe.